Here we are again, guys. It's time for another little improvised tailgate video about changing calibers in the MDRX. Today we're going to go over something real simple, what I like to call a simple change. But we're going to go today from a 6.5Creedmoor to a 308, which essentially requires just a barrel change. So that's why I call it a simple change. So let's get started. So here we have a black MDRX. It's right now got the 6.5Creedmoor barrel in it, and we are going to change it over from a 6.5 to a 308. Obviously, the very first thing you're going to do is make sure the gun is safe. So we'll take the magazine out, cycle the rifle a few times. If you need to, you can visually inspect the chamber through the bottom there, or you can check it through here, whichever way you feel most comfortable with. And then once we're sure that the rifle is clear, we'll go ahead and get started. This gun happens to have the longer handguard on the rifle. The handguard is the same either way, whether you have the long one or the short one. It comes off and goes on the same way, so that's not a big concern. So here I've got my little tool. It's got an 80 inch-pound torque limiter on it, as well as the appropriate size Torx tool to loosen my screws here. So the first thing I'm going to do is loosen the two screws on the sides of the handguard. Pull our punch pin through. Then we take off our handguard. So our handguard is free. Now we will go ahead and loosen the barrel block. So the first thing we do always is loosen the screws, and then we will undo the barrel lock. So the barrel lock always needs to be either locked or unlocked with these loose. So make sure those are loose. Obviously our bolt will have to be to the rear in order to remove the barrel. We can pull our barrel out the front. So there's our 6.5Creedmoor barrel assembly. Here is our 308 barrel assembly. We simply slide that into the chassis, fit it into the barrel block, and seat it to the bottom. Personally, I like to close the bolt on the guns before I torque it down. Then again, we will lock the barrel in with the screws loose, and then we'll torque these down to the 80 inch-pounds with this torque limiter. Once that's in there, we just need to put our handguard back on. And then snug those screws back down. And now she's ready to go. So there we just went from 6.5Creedmoor to 308, just like that. Now make sure, I think it's probably a good idea to maybe label your 6.5 mags and your 308 mags differently so you don't accidentally interchange them, because at a glance they're pretty easy to mix up. But here we are in 308 and we're ready to hit the range. Make sure you comment below and let us know what you'd like to see next, and click the link to see the next video.